We are at Goatman's Bridge, the legendary Old Alton Bridge, where it is said that Goatman haunts the bridge. And today we're going to see if we can get any activity, see if we can summon the Goatman.
I think this is my first time being at a location where people are still actively sacrificing things.
Everything you're about to see is 100% real. Everything you're about to see is 100% real.
Beardos, Weirdos, Balls and Ghouls. Today we are diving into the boys at the Goatman Bridge. Ooh. We'll ignore the fact that this title sounds more like a rejected Scooby-Doo episode idea, but apparently, in their own words, this one is 100% real.
Everything you're about to see is 100% real.
So buckle up and settle in, clutch your EMF meter really tight, because we are about to watch a bunch of grown-ass men honk horns and try to summon the ghosts of people that never really existed. So the boys are at the Old Alton Bridge in Denton, Texas. It's a real location. It was built in 1884. It's a cool spot. It's a historic metal bridge. It's a decent place to film. The aesthetics are really cool with the graffiti and stuff. The bridge was actually closed to vehicles in 2001, so it was a vehicle bridge at one point, but it's still on a public footpath, so pretty much anyone can walk through this or even potentially mess with paranormal investigators. But then the law starts flying faster than mosquitoes in Texas. They make the claim that
We are at Goatman's Bridge, the legendary Old Alton Bridge, where it is said that Goatman haunts the bridge.
I think this is my first time being at a location where people are still actively sacrificing things.
apparently there's satanic symbols, and they show one or two much later on in the video on some suspiciously looking fresh yellow paint. But there are snakes for no reason, and if you honk your horn 3 times, then this spirit goat demon appears like he's late for work at the latest jump scare attraction. And then we meet the villains of the piece, the villains of this campfire tale.
Oh, Steve. Have we explained Steve?
So there's another evil spirit here named Steve. Steve.
Probably one of the most evil people. Top 3 evil people we've ever talked about.
Steve did some very bad things to a woman, multiple women. But the main one ended up being so bad that I'm not going to repeat it for YouTube. She ended up taking mercury pills that she bought from a pharmacy to end her own life because of how bad things were. He was sentenced to life in prison, but was let go early because the judge ruled him sane.
Oh yeah, he's good to go back.
He's good to go back into society. Ends up doing more shit to more people, ends up going back to jail. The guy ended up dying of a heart attack, and his last wife said he was such a great guy. I don't know how anyone would ever call that man a great guy, but apparently he's here on the bridge. He's also a grand dragon of the KKK.
Small thing we forgot to mention a second ago.
Is there anyone here?
Supposed KKK super dragon, grand dragon, named Steve. And a black goat farmer named Oscar Washburn, and he was apparently lynched on the bridge by the clan, and he came back for revenge as the ghost. Wow, that sounds dark. Disturbing, in fact. Tragic. If it was actually true. Here's the problem. None of this story has ever been verified, and people have looked. Local historians at Denton County have dug through every record, death certificate, census data, newspaper, even arrest logs. And guess what? There is no mention of Oscar Washburn ever existing around there. No lynching, no police reports, nothing. In fact, the earliest traceable records of this Goatman tale took place decades after these events apparently took place. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the entire backstory, the KKK murder, the revenge or vengeful goat spirit, it's folklore. It's not fact. Even Steve the Grand Dragon part, yeah, it's completely made up. There is no record of Steve, and they say Steve's name has been changed, but there's no record of a KKK Grand Dragon Master or whatever he's called there. Nothing at all tied to this area, to this specific bridge. So when I started editing this, I did even more research into this Steve character to see if I could find anything close to resembling his story. And I found a story about a man called Stevenson. So I checked the transcript of the boy's video. Evil spirit named Steve. Steve did some very bad things to a woman, multiple women. One victim apparently took mercury pills purchased from a pharmacy to end her life because of the... Yeah. Steve was sentenced to life in prison, was let go early. The judge ruled him sane. After release, he continued harming people, went back to jail, died of a heart attack, and his last wife said he was a great guy. Steve was a Grand Dragon of the KKK. So I've looked for Steve, KKK Grand Dragon, mercury pills, life sentence, release early in Texas or the Denton area, and I found nothing. Nothing at all. However, I did find an historically documented KKK Grand Dragon called D.C. Stevenson, but he was in Indiana, and he was convicted of serious crimes, abduction, rape, and murder in the 1920s. And in this case, a woman named Madge Opolzer was assaulted by Stevens, after which she ingested poison, reportedly mercury bichloride. The deathbed testimony was central to Stevenson's conviction. However, this Stevenson case is well documented and located in Indiana, not Texas. It is not linked to the Old Alton Bridge or any Steve haunt in Denton. So it does seem to me like the boys have taken this well-known case from Indiana, inserted it into the Goatman Bridge tale, and then found evidence of it. Bizarre. But the bridge itself, I mean, they got that bit right. That's real. It is an iron bridge. It was built by the King Iron Bridge Company in 1984, and it closed in 2001 to vehicles. But people call it the Goatman Bridge because of a legend, not because of historical fact. But people called it the Goatman's Bridge because of the folklore, because of the legend, not because of a half-man, half-goat murderous ghost has filed a property claim for the bridge. So what we've actually got here is folklore that seems like it's been fed through the creepypasta machine. Local legend, internet ghost culture, and the boys are serving this up like it's a documentary whilst maintaining their absolute absurdity and silliness and really bad jokes like, why have you got that gay bag? 2025 boys, maybe stop using gay as an insult. You know, for decency. The boys even claim that there are active sacrifice rituals taking place in the woods right now. Are there rumours about that? Yeah, there are rumours about that, but there's no verifiable evidence. There are no verified police cases open. The police have never found any evidence of ritual animal sacrifice, and there is no evidence of ongoing satanic ceremonies. There is some really suspiciously looking fresh yellow paint of some satanic symbolism that they recognise. I'm not saying they did it, but somebody did it very, very recently. You're more likely to run into a group of teenagers doing a TikTok ritual than to see an actual cult offering up goats to Beelzebub. And as for the high concentration of spiders, it's a bridge. As for the high concentration of snakes, it's Texas in the woods. So as a debunker, as a skeptic, this is where things get really interesting for me. And from the debunker's angle, this is interesting because the boys open up their video with everything you're about to see is 100% real. Alright then, let's take them at their word that they are 100% real. If they are legit, if their methods are sound, if the EVPs and the EMF meters and the REM pods and all of the other gears that they are using are divine truth detectors, divine paranormal investigation proof tools, then how are they talking to people that never existed? You cannot contact the ghost of Oscar Washburn because Oscar Washburn never existed. That's like claiming you've just had a seance with Harry Potter. You can't have knocking or EVPs from the spirit of Steve, the KKK member, when he never existed. That in turn is like having a seance with Wade Wilson. Deadpool's a comic book character. I can't summon him. I've tried. Either the legend's fake and your evidence is, well, meaningless, or ghosts are now freelancing with false identities. You gotta pick one really, don't you? Or do you know that these stories are complete fiction, but you claim that your evidence is 100% real, meaning that you have faked or staged these entire events? Or do you know this is folklore? Do you know this is legend? And yet you're still coming up with this evidence, meaning you are knowingly faking your investigation, because I think it's the latter. So, reality check. The Alton Bridge is real. The legends could be kind of fun, I guess. The Goatman makes for a fantastic Halloween tale, but the rest of it, the lynching, the rituals, the demonic infestations, the half-man, half-goat, murderous ghost, there's no proof. It's folklore, stacked on folklore, and then filmed by these guys like it is factual. These things happened, and they are gathering evidence from these factual events that never, ever happened. It's fake. It's bullshit. So it means that either it's fake, or these guys are pretty stupid. They have gone to claim 100% real without fact-checking a single thing. I truly believe the boys have just looked at this folklore, know it's folklore, and then put out this investigation, claiming it to be 100% real, knowing full well that it's not real, that they can't be getting evidence from these people. And to me, that is 100% proof that the boys are in fact fake. If the boys want to make entertainment, then cool. Grab your popcorn. I don't like them. They don't entertain me. But when you start branding fiction as 100% real and then claiming the ghosts of non-existent people are giving you evidence, you then have left the realms of the paranormal. And you have then entered a post-truth cinematic universe. So Beardos, Weirdos, Balls and Ghouls, the only thing haunting the Goatman's Bridge tonight will be rum, imagination, and a desperate need for those mid-roll ads. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. If you are new here, hit the like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTubey stuff, and we'll try to uncover more evidence that evaporates quicker than a ghost when you turn on the living room light. And until the next video, keep verified, keep to the facts, keep your goat horns metaphorical, and remember, if you honk 3 times and a ghost appears, not really a ghost, it's just the YouTube algorithm. Much love to you all. Beardo out.